Protect feminism or low gas prices?
Protect feminism. Just kidding. No, low gas prices.
Low gas prices? Why?
I'm not trying to pay $8 a gallon for gas. Feminism is crazy and evil, and it's been created to destroy the family unit, and I'm not about it. I'm happy being a woman, and feminism is destroying America.
Yeah. Here we go, I'm TJQUaKe, the ghetto gamer on this gaming thing. Yeah. Here we go,
What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? We are back once again, TJQUaKe's Get the Gaming Show. And, you know how I do. I like to get crazy with all the crazy news that comes my way and throw it right back to you, because I need you guys to see what's going on out here in this daggum country, in this world that we all live in. So welcome to TJQUaKe's Ghetto Gaming Pop Culture Talk, where I get in here and I tell you guys all about what's going on in the pop culture, what's going on in the news, the political news, the gaming news. I talk about all that kind of cool stuff. I really like talking about, you know, things that affect I guess our everyday lives and what used to be normal and now is no longer normal anymore, because society has decided that they wanted to come about and change everything. We want to change everything that used to be normal, and we want to make it abnormal. We want to be progressive, so we're going to freaking take it to new heights. That's right. We're going to go way beyond what things normally used to be, which is, you know, maybe a man opening the door for a woman. Remember those days, you know, chivalry for the woman, and the man would open the door for the woman. The man would, you know, to pay for the dates or on the dates and stuff like that. Oh, no, we're not doing that anymore, ladies and gentlemen, because feminism, feminazism has came and saved the day for women. So they think. You know, but let's get to it, you guys. I don't want to take too long on this and everything, because there's a lot to this show. So let's get to these first one right here and everything, you guys. I know you guys love watching some of this crazy stuff. This one's going to be good, because this one's got women they kind of getting some little tips with each other. Oh, yeah. They're getting a little tips with each other. So let's see what kind of tiffish they going to get into. All right. Oh, okay, here we go. I'm getting carried away with all my craziness here. Let's put that up on mainstream. And I got a couple of little things. We'll talk about this. We'll discuss little things, how, you know, what's going in. I'll give my little commentary and, you know, and see where some women are on point and some of these women are just like plumb loco. Can we move?
Some pretty blanket statements saying feminists don't care about it. And you say, you think that all women just are against men.
To answer your question, yeah. You're talking about women. Women are not all feminists.
Yeah.
Point blank, not all women are feminists. He said it's right there.
Step forward if you agree with the prompt. If you're a woman, you should be a feminist.
I think the concept of anti-feminism is like counterintuitive as a woman. Like, everyone should want equality of the sexes, you know? Everyone should want to have the same education level, the same all these things in a position, and still make as much as a person who identifies as male.
In this society, we have to be feminists as women, because there's certain things going on where our rights are being stripped away, and black women, black trans women.
Now, notice the first thing she goes to, ladies and gentlemen, black women. These feminists, they do this a lot. They use the black woman for their excuse for these things, so that it'll get more attention to them. You say, well, feel for us. Okay, you know, pity us, because, and this is how you're going to pity us. Let's bring black women into this. Oh, let's bring the trans woman into this now and everything. These people are being discriminated, so we'll put them in part of our movement and everything. So the first thing she goes to is black women. Why does it got to be black? Why do you got to even say any race at all? Just say women. Period. Just say women. Don't say, oh, especially black women. Oh, especially the Asian women. Oh, especially the you know, trans women that are not real women. They always want to do that.
Women work so hard to get to this point. Why do you want to be a housewife? Because
that's what you
my
want.
Choice.
That's what you want. That's the whole point.
Feminism is all about choice. Exactly. Why can't I choose? That's the whole point of feminism. It's like, why can I choose? What are you missing in America to claim that you are oppressed as a woman?
And the reason why she's saying this again, ladies and gentlemen, because this girl's from Nigeria. Okay, she was born and raised in Nigeria, and then her mother and father and everything moved them out to America, and she's going to make a point about that later on in the show, and so forth. The people from Africa and some of these other countries, they trip off Americans, dude. Especially white Americans and white women, these Democrats who say that America's so horrible, America's so oppressive, America and all this. They come here and they go, "What the frick are you talking about? We came here, we started working, we started making things happen. What's your problem? We're not even from this country. We're not even, we had to go through all this struggle to become citizens of this country. We come from a place that you guys would never want to go to and everything. So I don't know why you guys are complaining. You guys are up there crying and complaining about your rights are being taken. You know what they're talking about when it comes to that? The only thing that they're talking about is when it comes to abortion. They think, oh, our rights to be able to kill a baby is being taken away from us. That's what they should be saying. But move on. Go on.
Well, we just had our rights to our own uteruses stripped away.
Well, the right to murder your own baby, though. I mean,
it's not a baby, it's a clump of cells.
I mean, we all are clump of cells right here.
I think everybody's going to agree and disagree on
that's
that.
A whole,
I don't know if that's another topic. That's another topic.
I had a very, very hard time not.
I like how she said, but we're all a clump of cells right here. Oh, it's just a clump of cells. You see how they narrow it down so that they don't take any freaking it's almost like you got to dehumanize the baby inside. You got to make it. You got to bring it down to the point of it's nothing but an insect, a leech on a woman, and so that leech needs to be destroyed, and so forth. That's the way they put it down to. That's what they bring it down to, so that they don't feel guilty because really what it is they're trying to throw the guilt part out. They don't want to feel guilty for actually killing a human being, so they turn it into nothing more than it's just a clump of cells. That's what it is. It's just a clump of cells. Well, you're a clump of cells. Should I be able to eliminate you from the earth? You're just a clump of cells. What's the big deal? I should have the right to be able to eliminate you, and so forth. Yeah, they don't be thinking about that though. It comes down to abortion. They're going to get more into that. So let's keep the show moving. Let's keep it moving.
People who scared me so much were the women mom bloggers.
Just because it's coming from a woman,
coming from women does not mean that it's not from the patriarchy.
These were the women, and I speak with really strong conviction about this. Mm-hmm. The women who are publicly outward speaking to other women through blogs, through social media, talking about my life is so hard because of my kids. Oh, my kids are jerks. Oh, life is this. I have no money. Those messages are very, very pervasive, and they're very dangerous, and they're toxic.
But they're also real parts of motherhood. We just discussed how motherhood.
How many of you are mothers here?
I am not a mother, but
okay, I am.
I'm not a mother, but. Yeah, exactly. Shut up. But that's real parts of motherhood. How would you know you're not a mother? You ain't never had no kid. Probably never will, because you'll probably abort it and kill it and everything. But half these girls, these first females right here, they ain't never have no kids and everything. And when they do decide to have kids, they're going to find out that the plumbing's not going to be working so hot because they had so many damn abortions and so forth. Because it's our body, it's our right. Okay, keep on doing that. And then the day you really want to have a child, yeah. Boy.
There's no wrong reason to get an abortion.
Okay. If you are making a health decision between you and a medical professional that is the right decision for you, your body, your future, it is always the right decision.
I would never stand between anyone with a uterus from making a decision about their body.
No, yeah, they're like, you can do it, you can have this. It is a huge thing.
It's an extremely huge financial responsibility to have a kid, and some people just don't have that means.
It makes sense in certain circumstances. I don't think people should be using abortion as a form of birth control. I think, to me, abortion's, believe it or not even the issue we need to be talking about right now. I feel like we need to be talking about how to properly educate people, no matter what their status is, no matter what their sexual orientation, whatever. And we need to go from there.
Okay, here comes the people that got common sense.
There are wrong reasons to get an abortion. A wrong reason to get an abortion is if you are going through your pregnancy and all of a sudden you change your mind. If you are irresponsible and all of a sudden finding yourself scared of motherhood.
Make perfect sense, you know. When she said most of these girls they think, and let me take these bad boys off. Most of these girls think that it's okay to go in and just kill a baby, you know, because I just don't want it anymore. I made a mistake. I can't deal with this anymore. Oh, the man left me. And everything. Oh, financially, I'm just not going to be able to do it. There's a thing called adoption. You notice adoption never gets brought up by these women. They never bring that up and so forth. Why not bring up adoption? How come you can't let the baby live and just give it up? You don't want it? Fine, cool. Don't have the baby. You don't have to keep it. Give it to somebody who does want it.
And I speak as someone who, when I found out that I was expecting for the first time, I kid you not, I was terrified.
But you were prepared.
No. I was not necessarily prepared. I was not prepared. And I was very much caught off guard. And I was terrified because I had an incredible career happening for me. On the upswing.
Finances.
Let me finish. I had such a dramatic.
Let me finish. I know you want to get your little flow in because you think you're going to debunk something. I'm trying to finish my point so I can wake y'all little weak minds up. Hey, go on, girl.
Fearful reaction to becoming a mother because of what our society has been telling me throughout my adolescence and my early 20s is that once you become a mother, it's all over and it ends. And that is a very, very deeply rooted problem in our society that I do think we need to address.
That sentiment is the patriarchy in action, though.
What is the patriarchy?
What isn't the patriarchy? I feel like that's the better question.
Here we go.
A systemic ideal that favors masculinity, men,
male power, male dominance,
the traditional idea of what a man is.
The patriarchy is a system that oppresses not just women, but everyone.
It's not.
Oh, so the patriarchy is this thing that I love that. And I love it how she's just said, it's the patriarchy. That's what's keeping us from being able to abort our child. It's men that want to be able to kill, that don't want us to kill our babies. That's patriarchy. Heaven with God, but God blessed you to have that child. He wanted that child to be here for a reason. There was a reason behind that child being here, and that could have been a child that would have been a woman and everything. You just snuffed out another woman's rights. You up there talking about women, feminazis and feminists, and we try to fight for the woman, but you just killed a woman, and so forth. So can you please make me understand that part? I don't get that. And everything. Well, why is it okay to kill the woman before she can become, something in society? This could probably be the next president for all you know, and everything. And you just killed it, and everything. So these women make no sense. They talk out the side of their necks. They always talking about men are doing this, men are doing this, but the men are up there trying to protect the women. But one of these women here, oh man, she does a mic drop. Can't wait till let's get to that real quick. Hopefully we can get to that real quick on this.
Not patriarchy, because the people who scared me so much were the women mom bloggers.
Just because it's coming from so my parents actually had me when they were 19, and thank God they didn't abort me. They were not ready. They were in a terrible situation, and having me at 19 made them grow up and mature and become adults and not continue being on a bad path. So I'm thankful for that. And a lot of something that you said it's society's, I think it was about society's pushing this idea, like demonizing motherhood, and you said that's part of the patriarchy. Well, I would ask you this, don't you think men benefit from women getting abortions because they no longer have to deal with it? They can just sleep around, and if, God forbid, a woman gets pregnant, oh, she wants to abort it. Cool, now I'm off the hook.
What
Booyah! Booyah! Mic drop! Mic drop! Mic drop right there! There's a mic drop! I'm trying to tell you guys, dude.
Well, I mean, the entire time everyone was talking, all I was thinking was, wow, I'm so sick of all these labels and all these different intersections. And these days, there's more intersections than genders. And I'm just like, all these identity politics groups, we're just pitting each other against each other. Race keeps getting brought up. I know it's brought up in the prompt for this one, but in every single other one. And I don't even think about this. I don't even think that I'm not being represented even in ads. I don't care. It just does. I don't. Sure. I am me.
I'm clearly. Yeah, I'm sure you don't care.
You don't have to.
Thank you for letting me know that. You always know, feminists always know best for me. That's what I've noticed. It's a trend. But.
You see, yeah, there's a little sparks going on between some of these women. Look at homegirl's face. She's like, well, that shoe fits.
Filled with other white people, we don't notice that it's other white people. But when women of color have stepped into rooms and they see that it's just a bunch of other white people.
Also, intersectionality is not just about
first
diversity.
Of all,
and it's certain.
Look at this group. That's a black woman. That's an Asian woman, Filipino woman. That's a black woman right there. Why are you saying everybody's freaking? This girl here looks like she's mixed with something. She's white, and these two girls here are white. So I don't get. We got 3 women here of color. Basically, one I'm not sure exactly if she's, she's probably white too, probably, I don't know, and everything. But then we come into a room of nothing but white people and everything. It's not just white people in the room, girl, and everything. And see how she's trying to like get on the side of blacks, like, oh, hey, I'm with you guys. Hey, I'm with you guys. No, you're not. You're making us look stupid. You're making us look like we're weak. Stop doing that.
Certainly not about diversity in ad campaigns. It's about how poor women can't afford to drive to another state to get an abortion, but rich women can.
It costs more money to drive to get an abortion than it would take to raise that kid?
Well,
Just saying.
but that's the thing, right? Like, if you don't have the money to drive to get an abortion, how are you going to have the money to raise that child? Why?
Well, then don't raise a child. Give it up for adoption. Give it up for adoption. See, you notice he didn't bring in adoption in that part? Say, well, she can't afford it. If she can't afford to drive across state to go get an abortion, then how is she going to afford to raise one? Simple. She gives it up for adoption. She doesn't have the kid. You're already talking. So you rather her kill the kid than the kid get to live and grow up with a family that's going to be loving and being able to raise that kid up in a nice, warm family and everything. You rather it just die. So you make no sense. And whatnot. These women make no sense. They want him to come up with every excuse in the book to be able to kill somebody. That's what it is. Period. Go on, knucklehead.
Why should you be forced into motherhood?
Why should you be forced into motherhood?
Don't appreciate all that men do for society.
You notice the feminists? Now think about this, you guys. You notice the feminists didn't come up at all. The feminists, this is the crutch of my whole thing right here. The women who appreciate men, these are the ones that are going to end up getting married. These are the women that are going to end up getting a man. Look at Miss. We're white. We have white privilege standing in the back right there, and they're like, yeah, she's going to grow up lonely. She ain't gonna get married. No dude ain't gonna want to be with her. Matter of fact, let me show you a video of this type of thing right before these girls get into it, because I want you guys to see something real quick. Everything. We're gonna come back to these girls right here, and so forth. But I want you guys to see how men are gonna start acting with women. Because this is where the dudes are going to today. The women are not going to get the men of yesterday. The men that showed chivalry. The men that would take you on a date. The men would come out there and open the door for you. No, you guys are not going to get that anymore. Because men are starting to see, oh, okay, so this is what these women want. Okay, cool. Then this is how we're going to be. And I'm going to show you a guy right here that's going to tell a group of women exactly how dudes are going to start being and everything. Check this out real quick, you guys. I want you guys to look at this real close and tell me if he isn't right, because this is where it's going to start going, Miss Feminazi women, and we'll get back to it, and then we'll get to these feminine women again. Go on, bro. Tell them what your truth is.
First date, who should pay?
Yeah, I think who asked first should pay.
I think whoever invited the other should pay.
Yeah, I mean, I think that makes sense.
A few of you said whoever asks should pay. The fact of the matter is that ignores the fact that the vast majority of men are the ones that ask. So your answer might as well be men should pay. Because de facto men are the initiators, men are the askers. I don't think men should pay on the first date. My advice to men is, you do not adhere to your traditional gender roles with women who are not traditional women. And newsflash, 90% of women are not traditional women. I'm not going to pay for a girl who's f***ing someone else. And the fact of the matter is, the dating meta, as it is, you have to assume when you're first meeting someone, they're f***ing at least one other person. Because I know girls that are f***ing 1, 2, 3 guys. And I'm going to go on a date with you, and then I'm going to pay for your food, you're going to get a to-go bag, and give it to the guy you're f***ing. No, I'm not going to put myself in a position like that. So the way the dating meta is, I have to assume going in, she's f***ing another guy, you're not adhering to your traditional gender roles, I won't adhere to mine.
Booyah! And there it is. And it's real simple, you guys. You're not going to adhere to your gender roles? No, then neither are men. Men are going to be like, oh, frick it then. If you women don't want to, you guys want to be so much like us, cool. Then we're going to treat you like men and everything. Oh, we want to be in all the men stuff. We want to do, we don't even have Boy Scouts anymore. You want to know why we don't have Boy Scouts anymore, ladies and gentlemen? Because the women decided that they should be able to be in the Boy Scouts with the guy. They couldn't be satisfied with just being Girl Scouts and having their own little league with Girl Scouts. No, some flipneck decided, no, women should be able to be in there with the boys, and they should be able to be part of the Boy Scouts. So guess what? The Boy Scouts is no longer called the Boy Scouts anymore. It's just called Scouts. Look it up. Started right here in good old California. Oh, yeah. And there, see, I grew up, when I was a little kid, we had Cub Scouts, Webelos, Boy Scouts, then Eagle Scouts. I got all the way up to Boy Scouts and everything. I was a Cub Scout, then I got to become a Webelo, then I became a Scout. We had the girls that were brownies, then there was the Girl Scouts, and so forth. And whatever the next one up from there. All of a sudden now in this day and age, the women men get to this and the men, women are just as equal to men, and we should be just as able to do and just as blah blah as men. So what do? They start putting women in the Boy Scouts. Guess what? There's ain't no Boy Scouts no more. Everything. The Boy Scouts don't really exist. Everything. Because now they're being forced to have girls in there with the boys and so forth. Who wants to do that? That's supposed to be the man's night out. The guys roughing it up and everything. We can't rough it up if there's a freaking girl there, and now she's gonna get it, because then if we rough her up, guess who gets put in jail? Everything. Well, you guys were too rough with the girl, man. Look what happened to her, and so forth. Yeah, that's what happens. I want to show you something else just in a second, because I got some real crazy shit for y'all to see. Real crazy. Women want to be like men, but y'all don't want to freaking do the same thing as men do, and so forth. Y'all think y'all just as strong as men? Y'all think y'all just as fast as men? Okay, I want to show you a video that's gonna. Some of you guys are not gonna be able to want to watch this, because it's kind of like it hurts. When I see it, I be like, oh, sometimes, because I'm like, it's this guy trying to this girl wants to arm wrestle this dude. They're just playing around, mind you. You're about to see what happens right here. I'm going to show you this. And then we're going to get back to the feminazi women who think that they should be just like the men and have all the things the men do and everything. Oh, yeah, no, I want you guys to see this because I want to prove a point. My point is that men and women are not equal in everything and so forth. There's certain things that men do better than women. There's certain things that women do better than men. It's just that way. But when we come together, we're like a freaking rock unit. We're a tank and so forth. But you got some people out there that want to test the waters. They want to test the waters, and it's not good. So I'm going to show you this right here real quick. Check this out. Oh, yeah, though, this is a doozy. Oh, this is a doozy. For you guys that got squeamishness, yeah, you might want to turn this off right now and so forth. This is the woman. This is the man. This is the woman's arm. This is the man's arm. You see the difference between the two of these, ladies and gentlemen? It's not the same and everything. But the woman thinks, hey, I can go ahead and fight a man. I can go ahead and wrestle a man. I can do these things. Okay, let's see what happens when we're just jokingly playing around. Here we go. Come on, women. Let's all go and join and fight the men. Let's go do this. Ready?
Pushing my arm.
Oh my God!
Yeah. Should I play it again? Ladies and gentlemen, this shiz is ridiculous. I will put it up here again. Let me see. This time we're going to do it because Brandon plays this again and whatnot. And yeah, it's crazy.
Just imagine what's about to play it. Watch, women need to stop doing this. Watch the video with no sound. Oh, God. She broke her arm. Messing around, arm wrestling a man, then broke your arm. Now for the people that are gory.
Yeah. You see what happened right there, ladies and gentlemen? Brennan Tatum put that up there because he basically just wants to show a point. Because he snapped her arm and you heard that shit. That time he played it without the sound. Because when the sound's there, it gets so freaking crazy. It's so like, it's like, not good. Not good, ladies and gentlemen. But this is what happens because women want to challenge men. Women want to go up against men. Women want to be, we need to have the equal. We need to be equal, and everything. Okay. Come on, let's play the game. Come over here. Let's you and me come together. And he was barely moving his arm, ladies and gentlemen. He was just like, yeah, okay, put a little pressure. And then clink, oh, shiz. She was in shock. She was like, oh my gosh, what did you do to my arm? Yeah, they're just playing. This wasn't a guy trying to be like raw with her, and he wasn't doing that shiz. He was like, okay, I'm just gonna do what we're gonna do. And I just throw a little pressure like this. Oh shiz, what the fuck? That's what happened. That's a guy that's not using all his might. He wasn't using all his strength. He was barely going against the girl, and so forth. And her arm snapped. But okay, you guys want to join us? Come on in. Come on in. Come on, I dare you. And everything. Because all you freaking women all think y'all can be out there with these men. I think the same thing. Now think about the same situation, ladies and gentlemen. Women joining the army. Cool, that's great. I get it. But I don't think women should be on the front lines. I'm going to be real straight with you. I don't think women should be on the front lines. Why? Because you're going to run into this guy. But this guy right here is just playing. No, the guy that you're going to run into is going to be this guy 100 times worse, and he's out to kill you and everything. He's not going to hold back. He's not going to look at you, it's a woman. He's going to destroy you. If somehow you end up in hand-to-hand, and a lot of times that happens, ladies and gentlemen, these women are going to go hand-to-hand with a freaking 6'3" dude. So they're going to go hand-to-hand with a 5'9" dude. It doesn't matter. And so forth. They're going to go hand-to-hand with one of these motherfuckers. And when they do, they're going to lose. As easy as he snapped her arm, he could easily do that to her neck. All he had to do is grab you one time, snap, and your shiz is done and everything. Women don't understand the strength of men, and yet they have no problem with trans women and so forth. Oh yeah, joining their sports. This is the reason why they're losing every sport, because the trans women are freaking destroying them in their sports. So let's get back to the women and the nonsense, and then we'll end this shiz real quick. I want to get another mic drop from homegirl and everything. So here we go. Here we go.
To say about this. Feminists just demonize men. They hate men. All men are trash. They say they hate men while simultaneously trying to become men. They hate them for having power and the patriarchy, so they're trying to overtake it. But a lot of women will talk about rape culture. But guess what? Guess who's going to protect you from bad people? A man. Women are nurturers. We need men.
And see, like she said, they're so busy hating men, but yet they want to become men. You see, and it's such a true statement. You got these trans men, that's the women that want to be men, that try to be men. They dyke themselves out, whatever, and they trying to be men and so forth. But you notice that the trans men, you notice how in sports, you never see trans men going up against men in the men's sports? You notice that never happens? Oh, you don't see trans men going in and fighting and getting into men's sports. They're not going into UFC fighting against men. They're not going into football. They're not going into any of these type of things like that. Because you want to know why? Because they know good and well that these men, even though they're taking hormones to be like men, are never going to be as strong as a man. They're going to end up like that girl right there. Arms snapping and so forth. And that's just a guy, again, that's a guy just playing around. He wasn't using his full power. He was just playing with it. He was like, hey, yeah, put a little pressure. Oh, everything. This girl's a lesbian. She wants to be with women. She doesn't want to be with the man who wants to pretend he's a woman. Why? Because the man still got his dang-a-lang, swang-a-langin'. He still got that cracking. She don't want that. She doesn't want that. She wants what a normal man wants. That's what she wants. And so forth. And the trans woman ain't that.
Sports and just really reversing what the other waves of feminism fought to do. Have fun with men beating you in your sports, women, because guess what? You're not going to beat them. Have fun.
I never boss, girl this.
I feel like a lot of people just want to have a reason to be upset and outraged. I also just don't identify with all these identity politics groups. I think they're being pit against each other, separating all these different people by race, class, gender, everything, sexual orientation, and I look at people as individuals.
All right, on that note, let's have the disagreeers step forward.
There's a difference between not appreciating men and pointing out the inequities that have been systemically put in place to favor men, especially white men, white straight men. There's a difference between.
See where they always go. And I'm sorry, but I have to say something about this part because I'm sick and tired of them always demonizing the white man all the time and so forth, as if all these white men are evil and everything. All white men are evil. Your freaking daddy was white. You guys keep forgetting that part. Your daddy's white. Your mama's white. Why do you guys keep demonizing the people that brought you onto this earth, onto this planet? You should be happy they didn't think like you because you probably wouldn't be here then, and so forth. If they were so about freaking wanting to kill freaking babies like you guys are, none of you guys would be here to freaking have your rights taken from you, and so forth, as you so-called say. They should have freaking aborted you because you were nothing but a bunch of clump of cells. That's all you were. So maybe they should have just gotten rid of you. That way we wouldn't have to be dealing with your freaking shenanigans now. And so forth. Only we could wish, right? And so forth. No, me as a person that's pro-life would not want that to even happen to you. As much as I can't stand the stuff that comes out your freaking mouth and everything. I wouldn't want you as a baby to be eliminated from this earth because you have the right to be born and you have the right to grow up and think the way you think right now. Every right. And so forth. And you're just taking that away from these innocent ones. But go on, miss, oh, the white man is the problem, the white, and everything. Well, you might as well just end your own freaking life then, because you're going to bring another white man onto this planet one day if you ever have a child, and so forth. So maybe you should just end it right now and just say, we're going to end we're going to end off our freaking race, and so forth. They're always blaming the white man, the white cis, and then they call white cis men. Anybody who's straight, all of a sudden we got these labels now called cis. It's the most stupidest shiz ever and everything. So yeah, for all you my white brethren men out there, you know what I'm saying? I stick up for you guys too, man, because I think it's just bullshit. That this is this is where our society's gone. I believe in what Martin Luther King was about, that we all come together as one unit and everything. I have a dream that one day this black child and that white child will be able to come together and play together and be equal amongst each other. That's what real equality is that you're not saying, well, this person's better than you because he's white or he's better than you because he's black and everything. No, we all have our individual abilities and skills and stuff like that, and we go off of merit. And that's how it should be done. But these people always want to freaking, take away anything that the white man's done. Well, you guys wouldn't have any of this shit if it wasn't for these white men that came here and became colonizers. You wouldn't be here. Move on.
Between hating men and pointing out that there are inequities.
I want to talk about this concept of protection. We're talking about good men who are protectors. Who are they protecting us from?
Bad men.
Bad men, exactly.
Yeah. Or bad women, bad anybody.
I could drive a car and
it was a rhetorical. I guess.
No, I understand the point you were trying to make. That's why I said what
But
you
I'm
wanted
going
me
to finish. So then, who benefits from men's bad behavior? Good men as well, right? They get to be positioned as the good guys.
Good apples.
So you're mad because the good man comes over there and saves your ass. So who benefits from the bad men? The good men do. See, they get to be the heroes. Why do they get to be the hero? Okay, well then you be the hero then. So the next time a man comes over there and starts beating up on one of your girlfriends, I want you to go over there and rescue her.
The good apples. And that is predicated on the bad behavior of men.
No, they benefit from being a good person and protecting women. Who cares? We should not be praising people based off comparing them to bad people.
But I don't benefit from being a good girl.
You're a good feminist, right? I'm sure people love what you have to say as a feminist. Other feminists agree with it and are like, yes, go girl boss. They do.
There are good people on earth and bad people on earth. We're always going to have that. That would never change. It's in every animal kingdom. So we need the good man to protect us from the bad man.
To go off of what you said, because you said when women are sexually assaulted, they turn to another man to protect them. I work as a sexual assault and domestic violence counselor. I work with rape victims every single day.
Of course
they
you
don't
do.
turn to men to protect them. They don't.
Maybe they should
turn to them.
Maybe they should. Maybe they should turn to them. No, they don't know. You know who they turn to? Go on, girl. Tell us who they turn to.
Saying they potentially can. If you're walking home alone at night, and
I
you're
don't
afraid,
turn to another man. I don't. I turn to other women.
Really? So that's your problem. So the guy that's good, the girl's trying to make a point. Her point was, if you're walking home, because the girl didn't get to finish it, I'll finish it for her and everything. If you're walking home, okay, and this motherfucker and there's a dark alley coming out of the freaking street and he comes out to try to mug your behind and everything, you gonna turn to the woman to protect you from that dude? Or if there's another guy, you gonna turn to him? Who are you gonna turn to? I'm gonna go to the guy that can actually snap somebody's arm. Like the dude that just snapped that one girl. You see what that guy did? So you think the other woman's gonna be able to protect you from the man that can freaking snap your freaking shiz like that? You think she's gonna be able to help you? Wrong.
Womanhood as a means of female. Earlier, it was mentioned by somebody on the anti-trans side about trans women coming in and taking over sports and things like that, which is just not true.
That is true.
It is
not.
true.
It is.
It's
I can show
not.
you a number of cases.
Show you
there
a
might be
number of
people that also
science-
haven't.
No, I can show you a number.
Trans women retain 30% of their biological advantage.
That is not
if they
true.
went through male puberty. Yes, it is.
Why she keeps saying it's not true? It's been proven. We see it in videos all the time. I will show you right now some videos and everything of freaking trans women beating the hell out of women. Leah Thompson, the swimming chick, the swimming dude, woman, what the frick, and everything. That dude's been killing it in all the women's freaking swim meets. Kills all the women. I got stuff of men freaking beating women in track, terrorizing them. They got the first time trans woman on the bicycling thing for women cycling. Kills all the women. What the heck are you talking about, you dummy?
That is
yes, it is.
That is not.
Let's not argue it. That's not even the prompts. We're not going to argue about that.
Because you're wrong.
Homegirl says we're not going to even argue this because you're ridiculous right now. It's already been proven and everything. And first of all, how would you know, woman? You're a freaking woman. Try going up against a man. Ladies and gentlemen, I just showed you what a man can do and so forth. These men that become women still have that kind of strength. This dummy here doesn't think so. But maybe we need to put her up against one of these trans people and find out how well she does against them. And I mean, I don't want the trans person holding back nothing. Go all out. Because you're a woman.
If you are a trans woman and you walk out in the world and you are seen as a man, you do not belong in women's spaces. I don't care what anybody says. I think that's ridiculous, and I think even trans women that have gender dysphoria that go through transition will agree with me.
This makes me so incredibly uncomfortable that we're even having this conversation.
You could go back over
that.
there if you really wanted to.
Ooh. If we took all of that off the table, right? If we're not talking.
Remember when I told you this shit was going to get a little spicy? She said, you could take your ass right back on over there if you wanted to. Go on. This is making me really uncomfortable. I don't want to be around here. This is very uncomfortable for me. Take your ass on over there then. This is for grown folk. You see her face at the end of that? She was like, what? I don't see that part again.
As a man, you do not belong in women's spaces. I don't care what anybody says. I think that's ridiculous, and I think even trans women that have gender dysphoria that go through transition will agree with me.
This makes me so incredibly uncomfortable that we're even having this conversation.
You could go back
about
over
them.
there if you really wanted to.
Ooh.
She's like, whoa, wait a minute. What did you say to me? What you say to me? Man, that girl, dude, the lesbian chick, I'm sorry, dude, but she be killing it on this, dude. The lesbian chick be killing it because she just like, she ain't playing with these women. She ain't playing, dude. She said, no, I ain't accepting some freaking dude coming over here acting like he's a woman now and gonna try to be jumping all up in my spaces. No, hell to the no. I love it.
If we took all of that off the table, right? If we're not talking about who can play sports with whom, can people exist as who they are?
Absolutely.
It sounded like you were saying if a trans woman doesn't look like what you perceive as looking like a woman.
No, that's not what she said. She said it doesn't have nothing to do with looks. It has everything to do with this physical strength. This right here against your shiz. That's what she's talking about. She's not talking about her looks. Looks is not what's going to freaking win the meet. It's the man's testosterone, the strength, our bone structure, our freaking tendons. They're way stronger and bigger than a woman and everything. We're going to destroy you. It doesn't matter if they're taking that daggum shiz. They still got an advantage over the woman.
They shouldn't be in feminist spaces.
I didn't say that. I said they shouldn't be in female spaces.
Okay.
Not feminist spaces.
Okay.
I think women...
I disagree with that, but
that's
okay.
fine. It makes sense to biologically classify people. It also makes sense to socially classify people. Let's say my friend Blair White was sitting right here. It's my buddy. I love her. She's sitting right here. Do I think she lives her life as a man? No. Like we were talking about men making decisions for women as far as abortions are concerned. That's something she'll never experience.
There are women who biologically cannot produce. There are females, people assigned female at birth, who biologically cannot produce. Are you saying that those female women should not be able?
No, they're still females though. They're still women. In other words, those women, their plumbing just isn't working. A man, not all men, have a high sperm count. So some men they're shooting blanks. In other words, they're not able to get a woman pregnant. See, people don't think about this stuff until it happens to them. But go on, flip next.
Movement does not allow anyone to have any other opinions but what you guys
But what
think
does
is
that mean,
correct.
though? Because she's allowed to have that opinion, and she still makes a bunch of money.
Yes, she does.
Why you got to bring that up, though? Why you got to keep bringing up the fact that she makes a bunch of money? Again, she can feel that way, but she still makes a lot of money. So? What does that got to do with the price of milk? So her feelings can't matter because she's got money? You people are ignorant, man.
In the feminist movement.
The definition of words and what that means and how that affects us directly.
Can you expand on that?
Yes, when you change the word woman, legally it has implications. Okay. Sexually it has implications.
But the word woman has changed throughout histories.
No, it has not. How's the word woman changed throughout history? Can somebody please tell me this? Woman has always meant female. Female's always meant a woman, a girl, a she, Mrs., ma'am, mama. That's a woman. And so forth. It's not dad. It's not he. What do you, it's changed throughout history? Where are you getting that from? Idiots. Go on with your stupidity.
About different cultures. Indigenous people have had different genders, different ways of looking at gender. The Torah specifically has 8 different genders, and we have recognized that for over 3,000 years. You're denying.
What are 8 different genders? There's still going to be a man and a woman. Either way you slice it, it's if there's all these different, then why are trans people trying to transition to only the other sex? They transition to the opposite sex. They don't transition to the 10th gender or the 8th gender or these other genders you keep talking about. They transition to one of the two things. When you go to the doctor's going to look at you and go, okay, is this a woman or is it a man? I got to know because I got to treat this person for what they are. Oh, you're a woman? Okay, we got to do certain things for the women. That's why you have women's vitamins, you have women's different products and things like that affect for women and everything that necessarily work for women. Then you have it for men and so forth. Women don't have balls. I'm sorry to say. Women don't have ball sacks. So don't get hernias like a man in his balls and everything. They don't get that thing. They don't get that.
Anybody's culture that does not agree with your perception and your worldview.
No, you
because
mean reality.
You hold so highly onto your identity
reality.
and you see it as an attack on who
So
you
do you
are.
all of on sexual orientation.
So do feminists as a
But
whole,
it's
though.
nothing to do with sexual
It has exactly to do with sex. When you change the word woman and a lesbian is a woman that is attracted to women, how is that not directly affecting us?
What defines a woman?
You notice they didn't have nothing to say? You notice they didn't have anything to say to the gay woman? Everything, because they got to respect the gay woman. Oh, okay, we can't get too crazy with the great gay one because then we'll be called, phobics. We don't want to be called that phobic word.
Is being born with biological women's parts, and that is what a woman is. And trans women are individuals who choose to live their lives as women, and I honor that. And everyone deserves dignity and respect, and I mean that. But at the same time, there are universal truths.
Yeah, see, they try to keep twisting it up, ladies and gentlemen. They always want to twist it up and make it seem like that you're denying the existence of a trans woman. I'm not denying their existence. I obviously see that that's a dude who flipped over and became a woman and everything. And they think that you're not giving them respect. No, I respect you. Do you. I always say, do you. Do what you want to do and everything. It's not of God. I will always say that. This is not what God wants. This is what man wants. This is what your lust wants. This is the desires of the flesh and everything. You're giving into the desires of the flesh, and God says, don't give into the desires of the flesh and everything. This is wrong. This is what the flesh will lead you to sin. So that's what these people are doing. They're giving into to their lusts, to their desires, and so forth. And when you do that, you're going against God. But you can't talk God with these people because they don't believe in God anyway. So it's a null subject. That's the reason why I say, well, then do you. Do what best fits you. I'm not going to trip on you. Just don't push your shiz off on me. That's all I'm saying and everything. Don't push that your beliefs of being a man can be a woman and a woman can be a man to my children. I don't want my children growing up with that because I'm raising my kids up to be godlike, to be of Jesus, to do what Jesus wanted us to do. You guys want to do what Satan wants. Go ahead. Follow Satan. Do what you want to do. That's on you, bro. When the end days come, that's going to be between you and God. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm trying to save your soul, but if you don't want to be saved, then that's on you, bro. Go and do what you got to do then. So forth. Go on, girl.
And we have, as a society, gotten to this confusing, tangled place where there's your truth, your truth, your truth, your truth. There is one objective truth in what we are.
Can you explain to me the women in Guatemala who are born female, who are assigned female at birth, and then during puberty grow penises?
Woman, where have you seen that? Who told you that shit? And what freaking stupid channel showed you some stupid stuff like that? Oh, during puberty, they grew a penis. Shut up. First of all, there's a thing called hermaphrodite, all right? Hermaphrodite is somebody who's born with not their full genitals being completely developed in either way. And everything. 9 times out of 10, they're still women actually. They're just that their clitoris is grown out a little further more than normal, and maybe their plumbing isn't working like the woman, but they still got the plumbing of a woman and everything. If you got the plumbing of a woman, you got that uterus, you got them the womb and all that. You're a woman. And everything. It's plain and simple. You don't go and now you're going through puberty and all of a sudden you're growing a dick and so forth. Well, are you growing the balls too? Are they able to ejaculate and everything and sperm come out of there? Is that happening? No, I bet you not and everything. Shut up with that nonsense.
Never. I can't explain it because
That
I don't
sounds
know
like more than-
anything about
That sounds like
that.
an intersex condition.
You try to.
It is an intersex condition.
How feminists always try to tell us how we should live our life. I said I was a rigid feminist. She goes, I don't believe that.
I don't see that. I don't in what you've been saying. I can't see any traces of feminism.
Well, that's
in
you.
what
My
you're
mother
saying.
is literally.
We
the
heard a lot about your
poster
mom, but
of
what about
feminist.
you?
I am a woman. Looking at me, I am a woman, born and raised a woman. Why are we trying to write women, born biological women? Why are you trying to write us out of history?
You guys keep saying that there's a biological reality of male and female.
Yeah, there is a biological
Scientists
reality.
do not agree with you.
Scientists that you choose
No,
to agree.
scientists do agree because scientists are the ones that came in with biology. They're the ones that said that started the XY and the Y, and the Y chromosome deal. That's where it all came from the scientists. They made that stuff up. They came up with X, Y, and Y, and so forth. They realized the difference. What scientists are you going to? Some cuckoo claw, I gotta say, ladies and gentlemen, is here we go once again. Feminists versus the anti-feminists, and none of them know what the hell they're talking about. as far as the feminists go. They talk nonsense, dude. They talk out the side of their necks. These girls are proving, mic drop after mic drop, and so forth. And there's plenty more of this to watch, you guys. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. I'm TJQUaKe, your ghetto gamer. You know how I do. Stay tuned for the next one, you guys. We'll be back with some more craziness for your funky behind. And be prepared. Me and MJ are getting back with doing some TJ and MJ Spend Your Dollar, Save Your Dollar movie reviews. We're going to do the whole review on Wednesday, that new TV series that came out on Netflix. Woo! There's some cool things I got to talk about that one on. All right, you guys. So I'll catch you guys on that one. You know how I do. Peace.
Yeah. Here we go. I'm TJQUaKe, the ghetto gamer on this gaming thing. Yeah. Here we go. I'm TJQUaKe, the ghetto gamer on this. Yeah. Here we go, I'm TJQUaKe, the ghetto gamer on this gaming thing. Gonna bang 'em up, gonna shoot 'em up, right here on Gaming String. Bang, bang, blaze it on up, TJQUaKe, we're busting like the 1, 2, 3, here we go. Let's get into this, y'all. Yeah. TJQUaKe, the ghetto gaming show.